Hello guys and welcome to my channel. Today we are going to be doing a galaxy with our acrylic painting. This is an easy one for beginners. And so you're just going to need your paintbrushes and your paints, whichever colors you would like to use for the galaxy. And if you choose, you can use some glitter so that it has a little bit of a star appearance. So I'm wearing gloves because I'm going to have to put my hands in the paint. I don't want to get my hands that dirty. So yes. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to get the light colors that we're going to have at the bottom. So we're going to get like some golds and like a little bit of peach over here. And yeah, I'm going to get some peach like these, golden peach, and then some yellow maybe. And then, so we're going to use this paintbrush that's pretty wide. And I'm going to use this one. First, we're going to need to put the dots. So we're just going to put some smudges here, like this. It's going to dump some on there. It's going to get darker as we go up. So first we're going to put like the gold, your golds right there. You also might want to have like a napkin or something close so you can wipe the excess paint on it so you don't get smeared on your pages. So yeah, you're going to go ahead and put some gold. Like I said, as it goes up, it's going to get darker. I'm going to put like some banana yellow, and like I said, whichever colors that you want. So yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and get all the colors on there, and we'll go to the next step. Right now, the dots doesn't really matter how they look, just as long as they are on there and that it's thick enough that it's not going to leave bare places on the paper. So yes, I'm gonna go with some aqua blue. Let's see here. Oops. Just gonna pour a little bit of this on there. Yeah, like that. And we're gonna end with black at the top. So that's the best way to do it. I mean, if you choose to like use a dark blue instead, that's fine. For me, I'm gonna end with a black. So I suppose you can use any type of paint that you want, but this one is specifically acrylic, excuse me. So let me see here. This is a really pretty blue color. It's like pearly. Okay, here we go. And put splotches in other places too, just however you want to do it. I'm actually going to add in a little bit of like a copper color right here over to the side a little bit. Here we go. Yeah, put the rest right there. Awesome. It's going to look really pretty. Okay, and I'm going to put a little bit of silver right here before the black, because you don't want it to be completely black. You want it to be a little bit sparkly, or like with a couple extra colors on the black. So the next thing we're going to put on is a darker silver right here. And here we go. It's kind of a sparkly one. Just going to put a little bit of that one on. There we go. So let me see. Here's the black. Now we're going to put on a little bit of this. So sparkly paint is the best kind to use, but if you don't use sparkly paint, that's fine, because sparkly paint makes it look a little bit like stars. But if you go ahead and put some sparkles on at the end, then it doesn't really matter. So here we go. I'm going to go ahead and start blending the colors. I'm going to kind of get it in a diagonal form here. We're going to put on more paint. We're just going to get these in for the starters. You can kind of just mix them all together a little bit. And here's a little tip. Don't rinse out your brush until like the end, unless if you want to put on an extra color that you don't want to really blend in, because that helps it to blend in more. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get these on. Like, these are just our base colors for now. It's going to look a lot different than this by the time we get done. Doesn't look very much like a galaxy now, but that's gonna change. Black's running away. Get it up here. And also, since we do use a lot of paint on this one, you're probably gonna want it to have like a newspaper or on a surface that it doesn't really matter if it gets dirty, because so much paint is used and you go all the way to the edges that most of the time you will get paint on your surface that is off of the paper. So yeah. Okay, here we go. We've got them almost mixed in, so you can just come back down here and mix in the colors a little bit more. Okay, now you can kind of choose whatever colors you want, like whatever color you want your galaxy to be. Because the most important thing is just have fun and just don't be really, oh no, I messed up, because everyone's gonna look different. And yeah, it's just really fun to see how they will turn out. So yep, just have fun. And okay, so the next thing, we're gonna put in a little bit of sparkly green. Put some right there. Yeah, now you can just put the different colors in random places because we got the base colors in. Just gonna put a little bit down here. Okay, this is a great thing to do during the quarantine, so that you just have other things to do, like if you've been outside for a while, or I mean, it doesn't take that long either, so just in a commercial break or something from your show, whatever, then this is a really good thing to do, because it's kind of relaxing and it's fun to see like all the different ways. Like it might even be fun to just paint this over and over and over again, just to see how they turn out different, you know, every time. Okay. Okay, now we're gonna add in a little bit of like reddish pink. You see right here, reddish pink. Okay, now we're gonna put a little bit right there. It's gonna get it everywhere. Like I said, the best way is to go kind of diagonal so that it has the look of like, I don't know, a sky a little bit. Some people, in the end, they put mountains or whatever at the bottom. Like you can experiment, do whatever you want. Usually I put just like a moon, or I leave it blank. So yeah, it's totally up to you guys. See the pink and the yellows together, making this really pretty purpley color. It's gonna be really pretty. Okay, now I'm gonna go for a little bit of some really dark purple that's sparkly. So it's gonna give us a real like galaxy look. Just gonna put some right there. It's gonna get it everywhere. Okay. And with the thicker ones, I'm sure you already know this, but make sure that you get them before they're like dry and then clump up, and then it doesn't really spread out nicely. Okay, we almost got all the purple spread in. Okay, now I'm going to add in a little bit of peach to give it just a little bit of a different color in there, instead of just all dark and all that stuff. Okay, and this paint dries really fast, so it's pretty nice. Then you can just put a little fan on it if you want it to dry really fast. Or like more fast. So you can go ahead and put some peach up here in the black so it's not just color, color, color black. I'll give it a little bit of a glow color. We're still going to need to get it blended in a little bit more so that it doesn't just look like a whole bunch of smears of colors. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put in some purple. Oops, just dumped out my red. Okay, so we got some purple. I'm going to put in a little bit more red right here. Just going to smear it everywhere. As you can tell, it's a pretty good idea to use gloves or else your hands are going to end up looking like this. Okay. And once you've got it, all the colors in one place, then you can go ahead and use the rest of it to just kind of go on the other places that you weren't necessarily trying to put the red or whatever color it is. So then it ends up kind of looking like more blended in, if that makes sense. Okay, yeah, so now I'm going to put on some peach. There you go. I already put on a little bit, but I'm now just gonna make a couple more dribbles. Just kind of go like this because it doesn't really matter what the paint looks like when it goes on, it's what it comes out looking like. There we go. Okay. And this color, not only it brightens it a little bit, but it kind of gives it a little bit more of a blend, you know? So it doesn't look as stark difference, if that makes any sense. See, our black doesn't look so much just like plain black anymore. And in the end, it looks a lot more like a galaxy too, because you have the sparkles on it, if you choose to put those on, and it makes it look more like some stars. Just got to get it all blended in here. Wide, long brush strokes right here to get it all blended in all over, just to make sure that it doesn't look like you just splashed some peach on it like mine does right now. There we go. And even if it doesn't end up looking like a galaxy, at least mine, then it still looks really pretty, I think. I've painted this one a few times before and it usually ends up really pretty. Okay. So yeah, like I said, once again, you guys can use any of the colors that you want. I use usually like a few different shades of purple and some yellows, some oranges, some reds, blue, black. So now we just going to put in a little bit, just banana cream yellow right here. It's a little bit pearly. Just gotta wait for it to come out right here. Okay. There we go. Just gonna put a little bit there, all along. Okay, there we go. Now I'm just going to spread it in. Once again, it's just mainly like a blender. You can put in more yellows if you want, or peaches, just light colors. Some people even put like silver in there, like I did earlier, but I'm just talking about like a top color. That's kind of pretty, especially if it's like a metallic silver. And that can really enhance it sometimes. Just got to make sure that you get everywhere, that the whole page is covered with paint. And once again, you don't want to make it, you want it to be really blended in. So once you get your peach or whatever color you decide to put here, then I'm going to go ahead and dip my brush in water to get it kind of wet, so it's going to smear it around a little bit more so that it's not just stark lines. It's going to actually blend it in a little bit more. Once I get all this on, we're not quite done yet because we still have to make sure that all the white is completely covered up. There we go. Okay, so yeah, you don't want a whole bunch of water on your brush because then it would just completely ruin it. You just want to get it wet and tap it on the side of your cup a couple times. So we're just going to dip it in there. You're not necessarily trying to get the paint off, you're just trying to get it wet. You just tap it on the side a couple times, like so. And then, if you look, it's kind of really blending it in better now. So where it's not as distinct, kind of, if that makes sense. So now that we have all our light stuff on, it's turning out really pretty. So once we have all our light peaches and yellows and stuff, then we're gonna go ahead and add some silver. I'm gonna decide to do that on this time. I'm gonna put some silver on the edges, and then we're gonna put on some like cerulean, I don't know if that's how you say it, but I'm gonna put on some deep green. That's really pretty. I'm just gonna go ahead and get it all over the edges right here. I'm gonna get a little bit more water smeared around, maybe a little bit more. Like I said, not very much because you don't want to make a hole in the paper or something. And for this also, as you can tell, you want really good artist grade paper because with all the paint you have to put on it, then it'll easily like soak through and then you'll end up with holes and scratches in the paper. So yeah, here we go. Okay, now I think that's looking pretty good. Now we're gonna go ahead and add some green. Okay. Okay, here we go. And you hit this kind. I've already put some on there. I'm just gonna put on some more over here on the edges to make it look really pretty. Basically, you can just choose any color wherever there's white, and then you can just go ahead and like put it right there. And then if it's like a dark color, or if you've used mostly dark colors, then you can go ahead and put on some light colors on the edges wherever you have a white place that you're not sure what color to fill it up with. But I definitely recommend like a galaxy green kind of. This color right here. Don't know if you can see that. Yeah. Okay. So now we're gonna go ahead and get some more water. Okay, now we're gonna blend it in. Once again, it does not have to look perfect. Like mine's not looking perfect, but still, it's just the idea of having fun. So we're just gonna go ahead and get the rest just in the middle. Okay. Just put it anywhere that you want. So basically the idea is to paint until your whole paper is colored, 1, and then 2, until you feel like, hey, this is how I want it to look. Like it looks like a galaxy or whatever you're deciding. Like some paintings, you don't have to cover the whole paper. But for this one, it makes it look better if you do cover the whole thing. Okay, so now I'm just gonna get some more water on my brush. Once again, not too much. So now as you can tell, it kind of makes it blend in a little bit better. Don't know how well you can see this. Okay. We still got some edges here, as you can tell. So we're just gonna go ahead and pick a color. I'm actually gonna do that silver now. Okay, let me see here. Yeah, I'm probably gonna do this one. It's pretty metallic, really pretty. So now we can just go ahead and put it on the edges, and it'll look good with the green anyhow. So just go ahead and smear it wherever you feel like you want to. It does not have to look good when it goes on, it's just how it looks whenever it comes out. So yeah, just gonna smear a little bit in the middle there to kind of make it look mixed in and equal. So once again, dip it in the water. I mean, you don't have to, but this is just how I'm going to do it to get it to mix a little bit better, in my opinion. Okay. Awesome. I'm very pleased with how mine's turning out, and I'm sure you guys will do a great job if you decide to do this, or if whether you're just watching it. But I really hope you guys decide to actually paint this, because it's really fun, and I'll be posting other videos about other paintings. It's similar because honestly I've not been painting for a while. You guys can probably notice that, but I like to just keep practicing and having fun, and I just try to do my best, and that's all that matters. Gonna get a little bit more water. So we are almost done here. As you can tell, we have all the sides all almost done. So we're just gonna need to get a little bit more paint on the places that's white right here. So yeah, you guys can paint it whichever direction you want. You can paint it side to side, you can paint it up and down, or you can paint it like the opposite diagonal, excuse me. It doesn't really matter. This is just how I like to do it. It's not gonna change anything for the worse. Okay, so we have almost finished this. The last thing we're gonna do is put some glitter on. Okay, so there we go. I think that looks pretty good. It has a silver tint. It's really pretty. So now immediately you're gonna want to put your brush in the water, whatever brushes you use, so that it does not get hard. No. Okay, now you're gonna want to remove your gloves because the glitter would probably stick to it if you're going to do it the way I do. So I just have a little tube of glitter right here, as you can tell. Just gotta carefully take off the lid. Okay. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna flip it over, back up. Now I have it on my finger, and now I'm just gonna dust it everywhere. Just dust it everywhere for some stars. And I would definitely recommend, obviously don't just pour them on, because you want it to look like there's a sprinkling of stars, not a whole bunch. And right here, like I said, you guys are welcome to add a moon, which I believe I'm going to do. I have a specific round brush for moons and suns, flowers, whatever. So I'm going to be using that one. And you can just put on however many stars that you want. I think I'm about good right there. Okay, that should do it. Okay, I'll just put the lid back on. Okay, and now I'm going to choose whichever one. Like, you can use yellow ones, or you can use like a pearly white, whatever color you want to. For me, I'm actually going to be using a metallic silver. This one right here by the brand Testor, as you can see. So I'm just going to use this metallic one. Shake it up. Okay, now this is the brush that I'm going to be using. So you can tell it's circular and it's just for this, so it's going to be perfect. You guys can make like a crescent moon, you can make a full moon, whatever you like. For me, I am going to be making a full moon, because that's the kind of brush I'm using. Okay. And I mean, you guys don't even have to add a moon. So I'm gonna add it right about here. So I'm just gonna go ahead and make little splotches. The other one, I made it down like in the corner, kind of. I mean, if you want to make it look like your moon is coming up for the night or whatever, then that's fine. I'm just gonna go ahead and do that really quick. Okay. Just use that as a base, and now I'm going to use actually a white. That's flat white. It's not going to be pearly or anything like that. It's just going to be flat white. As you can see right there. It maybe looks a little bit yellowish, but it's actually pretty white. Okay, so now I'm just going to go dot. And I mean, your moon can be textured if you want it to, and it can be untextured. It doesn't really matter. Just, however, we're going to make it bigger than this. Okay, we got to kind of round it out better. Just going to get some more. I'm gonna make mine a really big moon. It's probably not gonna look exactly round. That's okay. Okay, so you might not be able to see it very well on the camera, but in real life you can definitely tell that there's a moon. I'm actually gonna put on a little bit more white. You can go up and down to make sure textured, or you can just kind of brush it in a circle. Either way is going to make your picture very unique and beautiful. But I recommend not using straight like that, because then it's going to look like you did it. Just like that, kind of. And there we go. We're almost done with our moon. Okay. So that's going to be it for this drawing. Hope you guys like it. Gonna have another video posted soon. So thank you very much for watching. Like, subscribe, and share. Thank you very much. Have a good day.